folks. We are here once again on a Sunday night. Let's see what we can do here. What kind of trouble we're going to get ourselves into.
Oh, I don't know. Last week,
Jeepers.
I
It's
know.
going to be one of those nights, is it?
I know. I'm stuttering all over the place. No, I round up my Palms course. That was done, and
So you wound up.
wound up. That was the word I'm looking for.
Okay.
Okay, so anyhow, it was a lot of fun. And what awesome students I had. So I am working with a place at St. Mary's right now to see if I could set up a runes class. And that's where you'll be able to make runes like the ones I use. Okay, so without further ado, who's our first reader? Reading.
Well, first we have Jasmina Iowa, who wants to know what awaits them this month.
Yeah, let's see what cards have to say for Jasmina. Didn't you just start a new position? Okay, right now, for the rest of the month, it feels like, first off, you're wondering, if you chose to stay in a position for money instead of for enjoyment, because there's this should I stay or should I go feeling, and it doesn't help that you have somebody close to you kind of feeding into that right here in the Six of Cups. It's kind of making you feel like you sold out to the man or something along those lines. But also, the Four of Wands, which is, you can see there's a wedding going on. The Four of Wands is reverse, which tells me that it's not quite as well formed yet. But it does feel like you're on a path that could well lead you to marriage. So there you go.
Woo! Look at that. Next, we got Speak Knowledge. She'd like spirit messages using the runes.
Okay. And again, if you're close to St. Mary's area, considering going to my runes class, I will release the details of that once I work it out. Now, let's see. Speak Knowledge. And the runes are saying, first off, this has to do with travel. And it feels like, yeah, it feels like you're really you're really restless. You've got a lot of wanderlust this for the next little while. Okay, so Spirit says that you have to remember about putting down roots. You can't just flit all over the place. So your spirit guys are saying, hey, kind of cool the wanderlust and then get some roots going. It also looks like you have your spiritual ancestors, and the hunter right next to each other, which tells me that you are going to find some stuff out about maybe your grandparents or great aunts or great uncles, your spirit, your ancestors. And there's some interesting knowledge to be had there. And I think you're going to find that out through a family member. Ooh. That's funny. Whatever you find out about a family member is not what you think, Oh, it's like our grandkids, people, us boomers, our grandkids look at us and they just wouldn't believe how cool we were. All right, so Speak Knowledge also looks like you might not see it coming, but you're going to have somebody close to you. You're going to establish a symbiotic back and forth relationship. That sounds very good. I don't mean back and forth like breaking up and getting back together. I mean back and forth like, you're weak. Where you're weak, he's strong. Where he's strong, you're weak. That sort of thing. Sort of finish each other off, which is nice.
Next, we have Starry.
Hi, Starry.
What effect will Aiden's recent healing have on my life?
Okay, so Aiden's recent healing in my life. So, I know you didn't ask for the runes, I just have to have them in my hands. So, Aiden's recent healing, first off, it does look like he needs to kind of take it easy over the summer. And it does feel like he's got some lessons to learn in this whole thing. So he has to pay attention to his lessons. Sometimes people get themselves into equilibrium and then just let it slide. So there's warning against complacency here. Yeah,
Complacency for whom?
for Aiden.
Yeah, but we're not reading Aiden. We're reading Starry.
Yeah, I know, but the effect of the recent healing have on my life. And the first thing they talk about is how permanent that healing is. So, you know, and it makes me
Okay,
say,
so I think what we're confused about here, or at least me, is that who got the healing, Aiden or Starry?
Aiden.
Okay,
Aiden got the healing.
that's not how I read that.
Oh, okay, so that's... Yeah, you're right.
Starry, can you clarify whether you got the healing or Aiden got the healing? Because that's what's screwing us up here right now. Okay, we're gonna move on, Starry,
Okay.
until we have some clarification on that.
Okay, spirit guide.
Trisha, with spirit guides. Well, you got the runes in your hand.
Might as well. I will keep going with them. And the runes seem to be calling to me a lot.
Aiden, Starry got the healing. Aiden is the healer. All right. Do you want to go back to Starry since we're she
Yes.
clarified so quickly?
Yes, and I've got the runes in my hand, and the next couple ones look like the runes anyway, so here you go.
Okay. So
Okay, and again, there's that idea of, you know, learning, because you have Kinaz here, which is fire, and you have your ancestors here, so you've definitely gotten spirit coming in. Oh yeah, it was a special gift, you know, and here you've got both the horse and mankind, and both both talk about like a symbiotic relationship. You know, one of those where it just says, yes, he did very well. And it says that it wasn't just him. You had to cooperate too on a certain level. Yeah. So this healing must have brought down a lot of spirit energy. Because there's the idea of you need to keep spirit energy going. And that's on you. Okay. But he did a pretty good job.
well, I'm glad we got that cleared up. Now we'll move on to Patricia.
Hi, Patricia.
Looking for spirit guide messages.
Okay.
Aren't we all? Get back over here.
Okay, so Patricia, spirit guide messages. It looks like it looks like you've got love coming your way right here in the fall, because you've got love, kinship, and Jera, which is, you know, you got love, you've got family, relatives, and that falls in the area of marriage and partnerships, especially when you've got Jera here, because Jera is harvest, but it's two working together. You see that right there. And yeah, so that seems like it's a special surprise during the harvest time, that there's somebody who kind of comes out of nowhere. It says that your tenacity is paying off. And so it says, you know, right here you've got Rytho, which is you have Tyr, which is truth and justice. So it says that you know, you're strong, your tenacity has paid off, and you've always I know you've asked us a lot, but it comes right down to you following your inner voice when you go places. And it does say that you do have a drastic change coming up probably toward the end of the summer. Okay.
Okay, moving on to Cool Libra, who's looking for a love reading.
No.
Using the runes.
Okay. Well, let's see. Sorry, folks. Okay, cool, Libra. And love reading using the runes. And the first thing, you've got the past and the future here. I mean the present and the future. So you've got ice and constraint. So it feels like right now your love life feels it's kind of in a jam somehow. Yeah. Okay, and the one thing that the runes say is that you're strong, you're ready for love. You just haven't been honest with yourself about what you want. And there's the third fate rune, the past coming back. So it does feel like something about the past is going to come back to you. And that kind of puts you in a position where you can break whatever block you have here and get back to looking for love. Because once you're on even keel, love comes to you pretty quick. And something familiar and something comfortable.
All right, next we got Lynette with a good question. Should I move out of state to pursue my career? Well, Lynette, the information I got was that it doesn't matter where you get your degree because you're not going to end up working in that field anyway. And that you should move, and I'm not the one saying you should, this is the information I've got, that you should move to a state that's best for your physical health, your mental health, and your well-being.
Well, that sounds pretty good.
Well, don't you want to see what the cards say? For a change the cards?
Cards? Sure.
I mean, after all, they're not here to listen to me.
Well, it's your show. Okay, Lynette. Should I move out of state to pursue my degree? Well, the cards say 1, 2, 3. And the cards say Uh-huh. Okay, so the short answer is yes. But it's not necessarily because it would be any better for you there or here. It just gets you away from somebody that you're really sick of dealing with. But Three of Wands say, yeah. Doesn't matter where you get your degree. Time to see the world.
Braveheart wants to know when they'll get another job. Is this a secondary job or a replacement for the one you got? My goodness. You are so miserable in that job you got right now.
Okay.
Use your words, not your fists.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah, you aren't dating the people you're working with, that's for sure, right here. It doesn't feel like you're okay, so when will I get another job? I would say in about 5 weeks. And it just feels like, you're not getting along with people. It's hard to go in the morning. You're not having a good time at all. He's right there. But it's just, the hardest thing is walking out that door. Especially if you're walking out the door without getting another job. And that really feels like the position you're put in. Because you just have enough. And that's in about 5 weeks. You just can't take it anymore. Man, there's some vicious people.
Next, we have Kara James, who wants to know about July. Well, Kara, it's the 7th month.
30 days.
On our current calendar.
And Kara James. What do I need to know for July? For July. Okay. Okay, so unfortunately, all three of the cards are upside down. And that worries me because it tells me that you're not really motivated for the rest of July. But it does feel like, the news around money is not going to be good. I am so sorry. Um, I'm so sorry there, Kara. It does feel like, things are going on that you don't really understand everything that's going on in behind the scenes. And it does feel like there's a layoff or downsizing or something like that happening. But it's sort of something they spring on you guys pretty fast. So, yeah. That's what I see happening in July. This might be a good time to think of other companies to go to.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Next, we got Aqua Yazzie.
Hi, Aqua.
Is Joab someone I can take serious and love?
Okay. Well, let's see. Jazzy and Joab. That sounds pretty good. Sounds like the name of the show. Okay. Jazzy and Joab. Okay. Jazzy and Joab. Looks pretty good. So far, so good. So far, so good. Okay, so yes, he is somebody that you can take seriously. If you're looking for something about him that the only thing that I see that might be a little off about him is that he tends to promise more than he can deliver, and that's not his usual way. It's just the way he is with you. And it's just because he wants to give you the world. He wants to pull down the moon and put it on a stick for you. Anyhow, yes, the answer to that is a pretty solid yes. This is somebody that you can become quite comfortable with.
Okay, who we got next? SR Kish. Hey, welcome back, SR.
Hi.
How will the rest of July be for me?
Okay. Rest of July. Sorry. Mm-hmm. Okay, so first off, your car. If there's a little problem with your car, you need to look at it right away. There's something going on with your car. Also, there's a warning here. My lawyer used to say, "Never fight with a pig. You get dirty, and the pig loves it." And that's what I'm going to say to you. Don't take the bait. Don't engage in conflict for the next little while. Let it roll off your back. And say the little thing about a pig to yourself 3 times. And finally, in the rest of July, there seems to be something like a job offer out there in front of you, but it's not guaranteed. But if it's dangling in front of you, you might as well bite. What does it hurt to get an interview, right?
All right, next we got Divine Oracle Podcast.
Okay.
How will things go at the big vendors market in September in Ingersoll, Ontario? Well,
Ontario. Where's Ingersoll?
About 30 minutes south of us.
Okay. I know.
You've driven through it like many
Yes.
people.
Yes, I have. Never noticed it. Okay. Big vendors market in Ingersoll.
That's a kind of a contradiction.
Yes. Okay, it looks like you've got a good organizer there. Overall, it's going to do well. Um, yeah, the driving's going to be a bit of a pain, but that's okay. And then you have the magician, but it's the magician reversed. It's the magician reversed positive. So it tells me that you might not get as many sales as you could. Doesn't mean it's not going to go well, because I think it is going to go well. But it does say that you could probably bump your sales up a little bit.
Yeah,
Yeah, pretty good.
to drive to Ingersoll. All roads go to Ingersoll. No roads go away from Ingersoll. Nabby is next. Oh, and Nabby wants to know about July. What can she look forward to? Or he? Or they? I'm just going to start calling you guys all it. I'll just pretend you're all aliens.
All aliens. And now I lost her. Wait a second.
Nabby, come on.
Nabby.
How hard can that be to find?
There he is. There. Okay. What can I look forward to this month? Okay. Nabby in July. Let's see what kind of gifts does July hold? A lot of sweat. Boy, I hope y'all got air conditioning. Okay, well, other than a lack of motivation, it looks like overall July goes pretty well for you. It says that you can achieve as much as you are motivated to achieve. So it's that getting one foot in front of the other and getting out the door. Because the more active you are, the more gains you'll have. But July should be a good month for you. Are we letting the beast out? Oh. Okay, so next is Mel and Maloney. Should I continue to speak to Pi? Is there an age gap? Okay. Let's see. Melons and Pi.
Let's turn on the radio.
So it says you gotta wait and see. I think you may have a 7-year age gap, and you're the older one. So yes, there is an age gap. That doesn't have to be a thing. That's up to you.
Not is there an age gap? There is an age gap.
Yeah.
Yeah. 7
from-
years.
Yeah.
Oh, big deal.
Big wolf. Yeah.
There's an age gap of 14 years between me and Sally, so I'm laughing at your 7. Lara D is next. And then we'll do the pick a card.
Okay.
What is coming up for me and my new romantic partner?
Ooh.
Ooh, you're a clingy one.
Oh, don't do that.
What?
Be clean. I'm talking to her.
Oh, yeah, okay.
That's nice. What's coming up for me? Okay, so Yeah. Whatever's coming up, but it looks like August is really a lot of fun for you guys. There's a lot of passion around. There's a lot of, you know, there's a lot of travel in August. So I like that. That's what you should be doing with your romantic partner, going out and seeing things. This is not something that'll lead to marriage. And I think that might be a choice. We might be looking at a couple of people that really aren't interested in marriage.
Hey, Lorella. All right, now we're going to move on to our favorite segment of the weekend. Well, folks, it's time once again for Pick a Card. Sally has shuffled her deck. She's going to pull 3 cards for you to choose from. The reading for that card is your reading for the week ahead.
So we have tarot card number 1, tarot card number 2, and tarot card number 3. So which card appeals to you this week? 1, 2, or 3? Did you pick tarot card number 1? Well, if so, then your tarot card for the week is a Page of Swords, but it's a Page of Swords reversed. And the Page of Swords, Swords itself is about truth, etc. But it does say a coming of a matter. And one thing I feel like there's a lot of electricity here. So I think that this week there's going to be a lot of online communication coming your way. There's also this idea that you're going to get a lot of new ideas and offers and suggestions this week, and you just need to look at each one carefully. Don't just go along with something because of who recommended it. All right. Did you pick card number 2? Well, if you pick card number 2, then your tarot card for this week is the 8 of Pentacles. And again, it's the 8 of Pentacles reversed, so it might not be quite as good as it could be. But it's still a good card because it talks about not just hard work, but the reward of hard work. It's becoming the master craftsman. It's about moving ahead in your craft. And so this week, look for ways to move ahead on your job. Don't pass by a little opportunity that comes your way. And know that you are appreciated, and expect a message of appreciation this week. Card number 3. Well, tarot card number 3 is the 2 of Wands reversed. A lot of reverse cards. I guess it's a heat that's just bringing everybody's energy levels down. This does talk about looking ahead to what's next, because that's what this guy's doing in this card. He's looking ahead to what's next. He's sending his energies out there, and this is a good time for you to look at what's next. The fact that it's reversed just tells me that it's not going to be easy to spot what's in front of you all the time, but there is something in front of you that you should at least consider. So thank you so much for watching this week's episode of Pick a Card. Have a great week, and we'll see you next week.
Hey, and back we are. Sally is reshuffling her deck. And we're going to go right back to the readings, unless you have something you want to talk about.
Well, I do want to...
Put the cards down.
I do want to talk about my upcoming market. It is going to be an outdoor market. It is the summer night market at the Army Navy. It's right behind the Army Navy because, as I said, it's an outdoor market. There'll be food vendors there, and there'll be all sorts of vendors and readers there. I should be close to the front. And, of course, I'll be there selling crystals, Lynn Stevenson's jewelry, some of the jewelry that Roro's Crystals makes, and of course the fortune scrolls and the pixie dust, which is always a popular option. And I will be giving 15-minute rune readings. I know the last couple of markets I've done palm readings. This market I'm going to do 15-minute rune readings. So I hope to see you there.
Okay, back to the readings. Who's next? Sean G. Looking for guidance for the week ahead.
Oh, with 3 hearts. Okay, Sean G. and guidance for the week ahead. Whoops.
Oh, is that a butterfly or a pixie?
I'm gonna go with pixie. Just because I like pixies, that's why I make pixie dust.
All right.
Yes. If you go to my channel and you go back to some of the really old videos, there is a video of me making pixie dust. All right, so John G.
What was that pie you made? Sugar
Oh,
pie?
the water pie.
Water pie.
Yes. He didn't like it.
That was so
I did. It was so
yummy.
sweet. Oh, I know. It was just too sweet for him.
Wasn't it just water and sugar and a pie crust? Was there even a pie crust?
Yes, there was pie crust. Okay, so Shanji.
Well, they didn't call it raisin pie.
Okay, so guidance for the week. Guidance for the week is it's well, first off, so stand your ground. You know, I think that there is going to be some little storms happening around you, and you might get some bad news, but there's good news buried in there. And there's also warning about not taking on too much. So if they're downsizing around you and they're trying to, you know, distribute the duties amongst the remaining people, just be well aware of what you're taking on before you sign the contract.
Okay, all right. Next, we got Slowed Easy. Will I be able to start making money as an adjuster in August? My current job is toxic. Did you not ask a similar question last week?
Yeah. You need to get yourself some snowflake obsidian and just put it in all 4 corners of your desk. Just put it in the back of your front drawers and the you know, just within it. What I'm trying to say is get 4 snowflake obsidians so that way you create a circle around your desk, a protective circle against negativity. It's not going to stop it all, but it'll help a bit.
Geez, you guys are so quiet in the chat. Talk amongst yourselves.
Yeah. Okay, so yeah, this is going to turn around for you, but it's going to turn around in September. It'll start turning around a bit in August, but it'll really turn around for you in September where you can actually leave. But it feels like once you start earning money, you start out part-time. So it's kind of risky leaving, but as far as staying in a toxic environment, it tends to sap you of your strength, your motivation, and your charm and charisma, you know, the sparkle you need to go someplace else and start anew.
I'm sure you can toughen up for the next 8 to 10 weeks.
snowflake obsidian, rosemary oil.
Yeah, or just learn to be sarcastic to the point that they're humiliated. It works. Hello, everyone from Cindy C, who's looking for spirit messages.
Okay, Cindy C. And please excuse me. Okay, so Cindy C. Okay. So, news from Spirit for Cindy C. Well, the cards are pretty good. There is this kind of warning that knowing that you don't, even people that you think you know well, you might not know as well as you think you do. So, it's sort of just a little wink to just say, be on guard. Be careful about what information you give out, what concessions you make to your friends, what access you give them. But it looks like around home, at least for the rest of the summer, it's going to be a pretty happy time for you and hubby. I like that.
Okay, moving on to Pockets Empty 89. Welcome back. Will I get injured badly doing Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu or stick to Muay Thai or boxing?
Well, that's your choice, Pocket. Let's see.
Will,
Let's just see your
will I
journey.
get injured badly?
Let's just see your martial arts path ahead of you, okay? Let's just look as a single thing. Let's see. Your martial arts journey. What can the cards tell you about your martial arts journey? Okay, it's something you really love. It's something that makes you feel brave. It's something that makes you feel a little on the chivalrous side. So it's doing your ego, and it's doing your the way you present yourself to the outside world a lot of good. It's building up your confidence. Yeah, and it is funny because it seems like you've got so many paths in front of you, and you're kind of weighing it out. And it's not just the idea of injury, but it's also the idea of how much it costs. There's that too. So I think some of these journeys are a little bit more expensive than others. Oh yeah. How do you like that? Pockets empty. Just continue on your journey. It's doing you good. This guy right here is saying, be aware of what you're spending. So go with the path that's not going to cost you a whole lot of money. Because it just feels like there's one that stays around town, and then there's one that just travels to tournaments all over the frickin' place. They come out of your pocket, by the way. So yeah, it does feel like just continue on. Go with the most economical course, and know that you will meet somebody on this journey. So just continue.
Pockets Empty 89, what I'm concerned about is that since you're so unsure which discipline to work in, how unsure are you in the fight itself? Can you take that punch? Can you deliver that kick? Next, we got Wendy Mazzero, who's looking for
Elon.
Will I meet Elon this week? For a minute there, I thought week was spelled with an A.
Oh, Elon.
Well, hey, Babette Monet from Asheville, North Carolina.
Yeah, last week. Meet him this summer. Yeah, but they're saying you will meet him this summer, and it seems like there's changing circumstances here, and the number 4 is around, so I'm thinking that we might be looking at 4 weeks because that'd still put you in the summer. So the answer is yes,
But not this week.
but not this week.
So then no.
Yeah, but you will meet him.
Yeah, no, not this week. But
Yeah, and I'm just wondering how, have you guys even seen each other? Because there's just this.
well, that's why it says meet.
Yes, I know, because it just feels like there's a lot of fantasy there. So I feel,
Yeah, that happens.
yeah, I could see why she would feel more comfortable once she met him.
All right, and welcome back, Olivia Vigara. May I have a message for my guys for this coming week. Will my economy be better?
This is from Olivia Vigara. It does feel like you're walking. It does feel like you're walking through a bit of a minefield, but you're getting through it. All right. Yes. It looks like there's an opportunity coming your way. Whether this is just more hours or a better position, because it feels like there's a little bit more in your paycheck, enough that you can look beyond your current situation. So, yeah, your money will get better, and that's through your own efforts. But it looks like whatever's worrisome around you is something you're working through right now, and it just says keep putting one foot in front of the other. Cardomancy.
All right, there. Virgo Lilith 9 wants to know about her spiritual gifts and that she's currently learning cardomancy. Anyone that's not familiar with that word, it means learning reading divination using a regular deck of playing cards.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Your regular bicycle deck, 52 cards. By the way, Sally teaches cartomancy, but she just didn't. We just don't call it that.
No, it's just reading playing cards.
Yep.
Okay, so spiritual gifts for Virgo Lilith.
The cards confuse you because you don't need them.
Okay. And of course you have spiritual gifts. Of course you do. I know you're looking to develop them. Yeah, okay, you're working hard in the wrong direction is basically what this is telling me, because you're looking at, should I read playing cards, should I read the tarot deck, should I read this, should I read that, and it's like the universe is saying, read whatever you want, use whatever tool you want, but you need to get to work. You need to make the actual effort to improve your spiritual strength. You definitely have spiritual strength. I would suggest learning meditation absolutely first. And then from there, go where you want to go.
And meditation doesn't mean you gotta do it for half an hour, even if it's for 3 minutes, 5 minutes, 10 minutes.
Right. And I have I have an article on a meditation on my website. Just go to SallyDiane.com and go to the written by Sally Diane section, and there should be an article there on how to meditate.
So one of the things that I get from when I hear use any format you want, doesn't matter if it's playing cards, tarot cards, runes, chicken bones, it doesn't matter. What that tells me, how I interpret that, is that it doesn't matter which tool you use, because you don't need any of them.
But the tools are fun.
Yeah. Well, like my dad always said, that the customers, the people that are getting the reading, they need something to look at.
Yes. Yes.
Otherwise, they tune out. Moving on to Naz. Do I have love coming my way in the next few months?
Okay. Naz is looking for love.
Love, yes. Constancy, no.
You know, you've already got your spidey sense is telling you something's in the air. Yeah, your spidey sense is telling you something's in the air. You've met someone, and it's not necessarily someone new. I think it's somebody that you've known before, or maybe a friend of a friend, because it's like you're meeting him, but you already know a little bit about him. Ooh. And it goes lucky. How about that? So whatever you've whoever you've met, whoever you're focused on right now, it looks like it's turning in a very good direction. But you've already kind of got this feeling about it. Feeling's right. Just learn to smile.
Next, we have Crescent, who would like a general runes reading. Well, Crescent, we can give you a reading, but we don't do general readings because they take too long. That's something that you want to sit down and get an actual reading for. So we're going to tell you what you need to know right now.
Yes. Using the runes.
Which tend to be pretty detailed anyway.
Yeah. Okay, so right there. Naz.
That bottom one there is off screen.
Wow, you've got a lot of the fate runes here. Ooh. Okay, so general reading using the runes. It says that you've got these little annoyances that keep coming back and back and back again, and that's basically because you put off resolving the issues again and again and again, and it just has a feeling of bullying there. Like there's somebody that they're nasty to you or whatever, and you approach them, they apologize, and then within a couple of days they're doing the same old thing again and again. So it's back and forth there, and it's just resolve it for good. Which usually means, look, I can't deal with you. Bye. Bye-bye. Yeah. Because there's a lot to be said for the gifts that a little bit change makes. There's a third fate rune. And you can change things right now. Whether this is your actual physical location, which is what it feels like. Yeah. Yeah. Who's ever annoying you, make a point of putting some distance, publicly putting some distance between you and this person. It does say that to thine own self be true, and also it says that know that a real relationship is one where the whole exceeds the sum of the parts. So if you've got somebody that's just sliding along and not really doing anything to care for the relationship, it's not going to work out. Okay.
Next, we have Benafsha. Welcome back, Benafsha. How did my friends feel after us spending time together this weekend? Well,
that was a good time.
They had a good time for everybody. That one that was extra flirty was that way because they were so comfortable around you and everybody, and not for any other reason? It was just a comfort thing that she or he, I can't really tell the orientation there.
Yeah, don't take it seriously.
Was just in such a good mood and felt so comfortable that's why it presented it like that.
Okay, so
Let's see what the cards say. Jinx, you owe me a Coke.
I'd rather owe it to you than cheat you out of it.
What?
Oh, you said there was somebody extra flirty there. Says just wait and see. So I know you feel something there, and just wait and see. This is something that has a lot of good potential, but you need to kind of let that stew a little bit longer, okay, before you act on it.
Everybody had a good time. There's more to come.
Yep.
And come and come. All right, BIA. Sorry, BIA. not Business Improvement Association.
You never know.
How's Amir feeling for me?
Oh, Amir. Well, let's see about that, Amir. Amir.
He likes you, but he doesn't feel a spark.
Oh, no. I like you, but I don't like you. Okay, so. Interesting. I think he has a very different kind of take on a relationship. Well, I think it's a kind of a different point of view because he's looking as almost more of a business relationship. So his feelings for you is that he can
control you.
Yeah. Well, I don't think I'd put it that way, but I do think that he has some pretty old-fashioned views, but it does look like different strokes for different folks. It does feel like this is something that you want, so maybe you like your guy to be a little controlling. Because when we look at the Ace of Wands, it says, yeah, give it about 6 weeks. It gets good. It gets good.
Thank you, sir. May I have another?
Yeah, you might want to kind of get him to back off on the chauvinism thing.
Not everybody wielding a club has a big dick. Why do you think they're wielding a big club? Babette Monet, hiya. Reading my energy. Should I be moving home? Also, why do I feel so stuck? You feel so stuck because that's a comfortable place for you.
Yeah, it feels like you kind of want to, you feel like almost like a turtle withdrawing into your shell here. Let's see. Okay, Babette.
The first step is the hardest.
Yeah, and the longer you take, the bigger that step seems to be. So don't wait. Okay. Look, Babette, whether this is a school situation or a work situation, not everybody is as toxic and mean as where you're at. So it just feels like you're kind of getting your soul sucked a little bit. So it's taking away your energy and your motivation. That's a toxic environment. You got some negative people around you that you got to get away from. Because you got this Page of Pentacles, which is a messenger bringing opportunity. It's a good message about money. And you've got the Knight of Wands, which is fire. So you have earth and fire. And the Knight of Wands is one that moves forward. He doesn't run roughshod, but he moves forward pretty fast. So it does tell me that once you get out of this toxic situation, which I don't know why you're staying in it. Like you said, maybe that's where you feel comfortable. Maybe that's what you think you deserve, but it's not. Nobody should put up with that crap. So yeah, it is time to move on. And once you have new surroundings, things are much, much different. But no, I don't think you should go back home. Don't go backwards, go forwards.
All right. Remember, folks, nihilism is the life of a coward. They're afraid of their own life. Adam R. is feeling burnt out lately. Will things improve for me soon?
Okay, Adam.
Okay, so I'm getting yes, but I'm seeing a picture of ice cream. like not scoop at home, but like going like ice cream from a stand or something along those places.
Tasty Freeze, Dairy Queen.
I don't know what Tasty Freeze is, but Dairy Queen maybe. Don't forget though, I grew up with like scooped ice cream coming out of a bicycle cart kind of thing. I think you did too. No, you didn't have scooped ice cream. It was just prepackaged, wasn't it?
Yeah, we got the little cups with the wooden spoon glued to the top of it, and the different popsicles.
Okay, sure.
All right, so Adam, will things improve for me soon? Yeah. As far as feeling burnt out, it's kind of like there are steps that you need to take to get out of your certain situation, but it's like you're not really. It's almost like you don't want to, because you're not seeing the way out. Just put one foot in front of the other. Yeah, you need to have a talk with yourself, because I just don't understand why you're not moving forward. And basically, like you said, I'm burnt out. I have this lack of energy, and it just feels like whatever it is you leave behind when you move forward, you don't want to leave it behind. The card's saying, do it, do it, do it. You're going to find yourself in a situation that you love a lot more, and you do have somebody who's very Earth Mother kind of energy around you that you could go to. You're stuck because you choose to be.
Next, we have Forever.
Eva.
Will my resin art business take off? Yes, as soon as you stop making what you think will sell and start making what you like. Everybody else is already selling what you think they want to buy.
Okay. Now, yeah, I think that you've had a few maybe shows or something that have worked out so well. And the one thing that I get about you is that you're not learning your lessons, not only about what sells and what doesn't sell, but it feels like, like when I focus in on it, it feels like it feels like you need to look a little closer at how one does resin. Because I just feel like the stuff you make is good enough for the show, but it still doesn't have like that crisp glass-like resin finish to it. And so look into it a little bit better, and you might want to get a better hardener for your resin.
Yeah, and if you come up with something yourself that you think is funny, guess what? Somebody else will also think it's funny. Even if it's off the wall crazy. Those are the customers you want, the off the wall crazies, because those are custom customers. They'll call you up and go, hey man, can you make this for me? And then that's where the money is. It's in custom work. Brother Chris wants to know, Husband is worried about going out west after what took place in April. What do the cards say? Well, let's find out.
Rubber dubber, rubber dubber. Okay, going out west. Well, that's certainly quick. All right. First off, it's the thing is your focus is in the wrong direction. Yeah, there has been some there have been some unfortunate things happening. So I know you're referring back to that. But it just says right here in the Hierophant. The Hierophant's about doing what's expected and following the rules basically. And I think that perhaps what you got yourself into, the rules weren't being followed. But changing locations is not what's going to improve that. You have the Ten of Cups reversed in front of you, but it's reversed positively aspected. So I see that as the Ten of Cups is a redonkulously good card. And I really feel like, yeah, you could be happy anywhere as long as both of you are happy. That's the key to it. Relationship is about one person or the other. You've got two people in a relationship, but the relationship is a separate entity. And maybe you need to think about it that way. Because it does have a lot of, relationship and the stabilization of relationship. The reminder that you are in a position to be in a happier spot. But it doesn't necessarily have to do about uprooting or bringing yourself anywhere as much as just knowing what's best for you.
Moving on to Dorella, who is one of our moderators. When will the Cancer reach out? Well, Dorella, the Cancer is unsure whether he can reach out. Sorry, for some reason I'm getting a masculine person here. And it's not fear as so much as unsure if they have permission to reach out. So I think you have to do a little bit of work there. Maybe some accidental run-ins on purpose. You know what I'm talking about? Where you're like, oh, what are you doing here? Oh, I wasn't stalking you at all. Let's see what the cards say, and then we'll get on to your follow-up question. Was a little bit...
okay, where is it?
When will the Cancer
reach out?
Yeah, I think you just need to scroll a little bit there. Yeah. When will the Cancer reach out? Those crabs always move sideways.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
What I'm saying?
Oh. I thought you were making a comment about how this moves sideways. Okay, Dorella, you've got some really good cards here. It started off on a good note. Now you want to know, when will he be reaching out to you?
When will the Cancer reach out?
Okay, so it's a time of change, so I think we're looking at change of the season. And maybe the Cancer's moving closer to you. Because when the Cancer reaches out to you, it is about the relationship. And I think everything looks good here. You've got really, really good cards. But just chill, be relaxed. He'll reach out in September, change the seasons, right?
And Dorella's, yeah. So you don't want to go do that second question then, Dorella? Is that what you're telling me? We can have a private conversation about that kind of magic.
Okay.
All right, so we'll move on to top G Vivo. Oh. Hello, Amiel. Me and my ex-girlfriend broke up a month ago on 2. Would we get back together anytime soon?
Oh, why would we
No,
want to?
she is so done with you.
I really don't think we need to do these cards, Emil. I'm sorry, but this woman just is. She's not coming back. It's time for you to find a new relationship, and let her go do whatever you need to do to heal.
Okay, moving on to Earth Angel. Why did Keith not respond to my text message?
I think he didn't get it. I'm wondering what kind of a mess this email box is in, because it's saying that, you know, there's a good back and forth here. I think that he's fond of you, so you've got good cards here. But then you've got this kind of overloaded thing, and I really think that's describing his inbox.
That's the exact same thing I got, was that he didn't get it.
Yeah. It's not that it didn't go through, it's that it ended up here or there, maybe in the junk mail, or just lost amongst so many other emails.
Dorella, it really depends on my mood. I run the show. So sometimes we do make leeway for the second question. All right. So let me recap that question as I remember it. Dorella wants to know about a conjure oil that she's using and whether it will give her the positive result that she's looking for.
Okay.
And the answer I've gotten to that is yes, but it's not going to come in the form you're expecting. And initially, you're not going to be all that happy with it. But at some point, pretty quickly, I'd say like maybe 2 to 3 weeks after that positive thing comes your way, you'll go, oh, wait a minute, this is what I wanted.
Right. And, you know, with stuff like that, you always have to give it 3 cycles of the moon. So don't start doing a bazillion different things. Because, you know, you do one thing, and that's like throwing a pebble in a pond. And the ripples, broadcast out and reach the shore. But if you throw a whole handful of pebbles in a pond, you don't get ripples reaching the shore. You get bloody mess. So one at a time, and let everything you do unwind. And if this conjuring oil doesn't work after 3 months, then maybe you should get a different formula. If you contact the occult shop in Toronto, they make custom oils.
Or wherever you are, I'm sure there's some kind of, well, she already got the conjure oil.
Yeah.
So will the conjure oil work successfully for me? Yes, but the results will be, it's one of those things where you're expecting like an angel food cake, but what you end up with is a vanilla cake.
Mm-hmm.
And then you go, wait a minute, I like that way better. All right? It doesn't feel like this conjure is for anything having to do with money, which is good. We discovered some years ago that money spells don't work because the spellcaster is not able to ever let go of the spell and let the universe do what it does best, which is to create. So what we came up with instead of a money spell was a prosperity spell. Prosperity not just for you, but for the people that you meet. Because you want everybody to be prosperous. And if other people are prosperous, so will you prosper. So if you are short on money, if you need more money, don't do a money spell. do a prosperity spell. Similar goal, but the universe doesn't know what money is, but it does understand prosperity. Jordan. All right, let's see about Jordan. Last question. I feel lost about what I want to do with my life. Is there something I should be doing or some way to get guidance?
Okay, and Jordan, the cards for you are...
There's no guidance on the bottom of the bottle.
This is true. Yeah, the truth is right there. The King of Truth. Okay, so it does say, first you've got change. That's what death is all about. It's about change. But when you change, you need to leave something behind. Life is like a shelf. If you want something new in your life, you got to clear out the old. It does say that, when I put this down, the King of Swords is a bit of an uptight king, but he is very focused on the truth. Truth and justice, but a lot about the truth. So, it does say, be honest with yourself about what you want, and don't live to fill other people's expectations. Know what you want and go after what you want. That's the honest thing, and that's a big change. I also feel like one of the things you need to do is change your direction. It also says that a lot of these things that you're thinking about and everything will resolve itself this month. So everything that I've just gotten done telling you about being willing to make changes, stop living up to somebody else's expectations of yourself, that's already starting to kind of fizz on you. So yeah, look for things to be much better by the time August rolls around.
Well, that was our last question of the night. We usually cut her off at 10 o'clock, and here we are at 20 after. Woo! We've gone late. MBBST, gonna have to get here a little bit earlier next time. We are here every Sunday night from 9 p.m. till 10 p.m. Eastern Time. And been doing this for over 5 years now. Have not missed a Sunday. There was some Sundays Sally wasn't here. There was a couple of Sundays when I did the show solo. That was fun. Nobody there to give me 1, 2, or 3.
Yeah, well, I love the one where you showed up wearing the crown. That was awesome.
Of course, I mean.
That was classic.
Okay. And you want to say good night?
Good night.